funeral is about to begin, sir.
I think we just picked up Dracula. It's got a death curse!
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Welcome back to another episode of Never Not Horror Quick Cuts. Quick Cuts is our off-week episode where instead of doing a deep dive movie review, we do something else. And today it is the second entry in the Remake Roulette. I am Steve Clark.
And I am Rich Hansel.
And it is, when this episode drops, it is a few days after Valentine's Day. So it's still the season of love. And to celebrate, last week we did a deep dive review of Hard Eyes from 2025. This week we are doing a Remake Roulette compare and contrast episode of My Bloody Valentine. So we are going to look at the 1981 original and compare it to the 2009 remake. So that will be fun to do. If you are new to the show, for Quick Cuts, before we get into our feature presentation, we like to talk about what we've been into over the last couple weeks, horror related, whether it's movies we've watched, maybe for or maybe not for the podcast, or books, or whatever we've been into. So we will do that. And then we will get into our showcase for the episode, which will be our Remake Roulette. So, Rich, well, if you're new to the show, we record 2 episodes at a time, and then we release them once a week. So Rich just got done walking through Hard Eyes, so I will let him take a breather here, and I will kick us off with what I've been into. So, as far as movies go, we finished our 40s list a couple weeks ago, so I've been able to stop watching 1940s movies. So that was, as much as I enjoyed some of them, I was happy to stop doing that. And I have watched a couple movies. Obviously, I watched Hard Eyes for the first time, and that was a 2025 movie, so that was cool to get another new movie off my list. But I did knock another one off the list. It is a 2025 movie. I don't know, this one might have been under the radar a little bit. A movie called Weapons.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I finally watched Weapons.
Nice.
Yeah, so anybody that pays attention to the scene, the community, knows that Sinners and Weapons were like the 1 and 2 biggest movies of 2020, biggest horror movies of 2025. Yeah. I still have not watched Sinners, but I did finally watch Weapons, and I really liked it. I get the hype.
I'm glad you did, because I liked it too. I love that. I don't know how, because you can spoil this by just saying a few words for people. Yeah. It's easy to be spoiled.
Yeah, the trailer sets the stage that there is a class in an elementary school where one day the teacher goes in the morning and only one kid in the class is there. The other 17 are missing. Well, they're not in school, and then it turns out they're all missing. So it's about what happened to these kids, and it goes places you would not expect it to go. No spoilers, but yeah, really good. I totally get the hype behind this movie. It definitely lived up to the reputation.
Yeah,
very well. I really liked how the story was structured, the way it was put together. You got some jumping around in time, and
very kind of Pulp Fiction-y, the way that movie jumps around.
Right. And and then where it ultimately goes, hell yeah. It was really, really good. So yeah. I was I had a feeling I was going to like it. Everybody does. So
yeah.
I wasn't surprised to like it, but it definitely delivered for me.
Yeah.
So
I went in thinking I'm not going to like it. I always try to prepare myself. I kind of
set low expectations.
It. Yeah. So I try to do that as much as I can, and man, I was blown away. And I saw it, I don't know, couple months ago, man, and it really, and I recommended it to you, and I'm glad you finally saw it, because I wanted to tell so much about it to you, but like I said, just a few phrases can totally.
Yeah, you got to be, if you
spoil it.
haven't, which at this point I feel like I was one of the last people to watch it, so most people probably know, but if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And don't let it get spoiled if you can avoid it. Try not to read up anything on it.
That's the funnest way to go into it.
But yeah, I really liked it. I won't give a rating because we may eventually do it or something, but for sure, definitely recommend it. It lived up to expectation. Other than that, and then the My Bloody Valentines and Hard Eyes. So I did a rewatch of Frankenstein, the original, for the 30s list. So some of those, it's been a minute since I've seen them, so I wanted to refresh a little bit before I do a ranking.
Amazing movie.
It's very good, very good. So yeah, as of right now, that's it for movies so far since last time. But a book thing I wanted to so for my book things, yesterday, Super Bowl Sunday, I had that book signing at that bookstore in Springboro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. It was supposed to be like 2 weeks ago, but then we had the blizzard.
Yeah.
A winter storm Fern or whatever the hell it was called. So it got rescheduled, and so I went and did that yesterday. It was good. It's called Blue Dog Books in Springboro if you're local. A very nice little bookstore, super friendly staff, so definitely go check out their store, and met some other local authors, so that was cool. Sold a few books, so good time.
Awesome.
Yep. So if you're in the area, swing by Blue Dog Books in Springboro, and it's a nice little cozy little bookstore. I liked it.
Wow.
So I did that. But as far as books that I'm reading, a couple things. I started reading. So a while back, I mentioned I did an author spotlight on Brian Smith.
Yeah.
And you took that recommendation and read Depraved Halloween.
Yes, I loved it.
And I told you then that Depraved Halloween is actually the 5th book in the Depraved series. So I started reading Depraved 1 because I have all 5 of them. Well, it's just called Depraved, the original one. So I'm about a quarter of the way through that, but so far it's good shit. I mean, it's graphic. It's very graphic, violent shit.
Well, you picture your mind, man. I mean, and he does paint a picture. He paints a damn good picture.
Yeah, he's a hell of a writer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working through that one, and then I picked up a book. As soon as I saw it and I bought it, I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast. We've talked in the past about novelizations. When we did our Dawn of the Dead deep dive review, there is a novelization of that. So we talked a little bit then about it. And it used to be more of a thing, like back in the 70s and 80s, it was pretty common for a movie to get a novelization, which if you don't know, it's where it's the opposite of where someone writes a book and then they make a movie of that book. It's the opposite. There's a movie and then someone writes a book based on the movie or the screenplay or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a little less common, but it was pretty big. I mean, it happened a lot more often 70s and 80s, but it has had a resurgence recently. And there are a couple series that have, like, that's what they do. They release novelizations of like cult horror movies. So, and I've come across these, like, the one I bought, this isn't the one I bought, but this series has one they did a Tremors novelization.
Really?
And the book is called Beneath Perfection, which was the original title. That was the original title of the movie. Yeah. Okay. The original screenplay was called that.
Perfection is the town.
Yeah. So there's that one, but so I was looking through, there's one of In the Mouth of Madness, which if I recall, you have not seen that movie.
I have not seen it.
That one,
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness from the 90s. So they got that one. But I saw it was like the book 11 in the series. Like there's more than 10 of these, like just really random old horror movies. But I'm going through the list on Amazon and I hit number 11 and I saw it and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Buy now for my Kindle. There is a novelization of Witchboard.
Oh my God. I bet you was like, hell yes.
I sure did. I bought it on sight unseen. Just boop.
You haven't started it yet.
Not yet, because I'm reading Depraved right now. Once I finish Depraved, I'm going to read Witchboard, the novelization. But and I read it has an introduction by Kevin Tenney, who was the director and writer of the movie. So I mean, it's officially sanctioned. Novelization. So
that's cool.
And yeah, I'm excited to read that because I'm sure it's a kind of thing. If you're not a huge fan of Witchboard, you probably wouldn't want to read the book of Witchboard.
We know you are a huge fan of Witchboard.
I've mentioned it many, many times. So yeah, I was pumped about that. And there's other, like, I can't, off the top of my head, I don't remember the author that wrote the novelization, but the same guy has written several. And I mean, there is Terrifier 2 and 3. I don't know if the first Terrifier has a novelization, but 2 and 3 do. They're both written by a very well-known horror author named Tim Wagner. And he also wrote novelizations of the X trilogy, X, Maxine, and Pearl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those were good.
He wrote all three of those novelizations.
Okay.
And fun fact, local people here, Tim Wagner lives in Dayton, Ohio.
Really?
And he is a professor at Sinclair University Community College.
No kidding.
Yeah, but he writes horror. Like, I mean, he's written a lot more than just novelizations. Like, he has a lot of his own stuff. But so yeah, novelizations are a big thing right now. But,
cool.
But I think that's about it. Yeah, those are the books, movies that I've checked out. Not horror, but more thriller. My wife and I watched it. I think it semi blew up on Netflix, a limited series called His and Hers. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
It's got the dude that played the Punisher and Shane from Walking Dead. John Bernthal or whatever.
Black-haired fella.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I mean, I didn't love it, but it was solid. It was good enough. Like the end of it makes it worth watching. Like the first half, I was kind of like, but it's sort of it's a murder mystery thriller kind of thing. So.
Okay.
Worth watching. I would give it a watch. So, what have you been into?
Man, I have been into nothing. I've been watching, of course, My Bloody Valentine, the 81 and the 09 version to prepare for this episode of Quick Cuts. Of course, I watched Hard Eyes several times. I did pick up a new action figure, and it is the Miner from My Bloody Valentine, and I think I'm going to unbox it here this week, probably tomorrow, and have that up on my channel, hopefully tomorrow, or by Valentine's Day, I should say. So by Saturday, I hope to have that up, so look out for that.
I've seen it, and it looks very nice.
It's a NECA,
sweet.
It's a NECA action figure. My wife and I did the other night watch a movie, and I'll be damned if I cannot remember what it was. And I do know we both liked it, and it's escaped my mind. I've looked on my phone to try to find where I purchased it at or what platform I watched it on. I just cannot remember, but I know we both.
Was it a horror movie?
I'm pretty sure it was I think it was more like a horror thriller, I want to say. But damn, I can't remember.
You don't remember anything about it?
I don't. But I do know we watched it, and we both, when it ended, we was like, man, that was pretty damn good. But I think it was more thriller than horror, because we did talk about that, because I remember asking Tina, should I mention this on the Never Not Horror podcast? Because
was it a new movie? Or?
Yeah, a new movie, brand new movie on whatever platform it was on.
Was it like streaming, like included in a thing, or did you rent it or like have to buy it?
I think it was included, but we have so many we have
I do too.
Hulu and I want to say it might have been Disney Plus, which is also Hulu.
Right.
But man, I wish I could remember, but I can't. I'm sorry for teasing you this way, but it was it was good. But and then the action figure thing. Other than that, man, I've been. My mom had a slip, and so I've been a couple nights. I stayed at my mom's house. She fell down and hurt her hip. So I've been taking care of her, taking her back and forth to hospitals and doctor's appointments. So I've been doing that. Other than that, man, horror related, like I said, not much other than watching some 30s, which is I happily watch 30s horror movies because there's several that would be probably on my all-time top 10 list of horror movies, and even my top 10 movies in general.
Yeah.
So that's always fun and a lot of it's been refreshing. And I'm trying to and I don't think I have watched a new a movie that I have not seen yet from the 30s. So I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I have not either.
I'm looking forward to.
I definitely
watching
have to.
some of those. Yeah, I've seen them on certain platforms, like and jotted it down. Like that's one I need to watch. So
yeah,
hopefully this week I'll get a bunch of those put away and watched. And
yeah, I don't have nearly as many to watch to fill out a list.
That 40s was 40s was just there's a lot on there that I had for some reason I hadn't seen. I don't know if it was because I was so satisfied with the Wolfman that I didn't bother to watch the rest of them, or what. But yeah, the 30s I think is right off top. I mean, obviously we could name a few.
All right, all the Universal except for the Wolfman, all the and the Creature, but Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Mummy,
Bride of Frankenstein,
Invisible Man, all that hit in the 30s. Yeah. So you got some bangers.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. I think that's all we got, so we'll just go ahead and jump into our feature presentation, and let's talk My Bloody Valentines. So I had seen the original a couple times, but not since I was very young, like early teens probably. And it wasn't a movie that I really grabbed onto when I first saw it, so it wasn't one I ever really went back to. So when I watched it now to review for this, it might have been 30 years since I had seen this movie. So I remembered the gist of it, but there were a lot of nuances and just plot details that I had forgotten. And I had never seen the remake.
I had not neither. I think I've had it on, but never really watched it. Kind of fall asleep here and there. But I had not watched it all the way through neither.
Yep. So it was a first watch for me. Like I knew of it, and I mean, obviously knew about it, but I guess because I wasn't a huge fan, just because I hadn't gone back to watch the original, I just didn't really have the desire to go watch the remake. So.
And that remake, 2009, that was shot in 3D, right?
It was.
Everything I'm seeing, and you can tell kind of the angles
you can definitely see the pickaxes that come straight at the camera and hold for a second.
The blood splatter.
Right. Definitely 3D, but so like for me, I definitely saw My Bloody Valentine and I knew of it, but it wasn't a movie that I grew up watching all the time for sure. Yeah. And then I'd never seen the remake. So what was your experience there?
I grew up with My Bloody Valentine, the original 1981. Watched it a lot growing up. Did you have it on
Laserdisc?
No, this is not one that we had on Laserdisc. That's a good point. No, we did not have this on. So, and I don't remember ever even owning this, but
we did not own it. That's another reason too that I didn't watch it, because it was like we had to rent it to see it.
It was by rent that you would watch this movie, and we oftentimes rented it. We had a store called Far More. It was like a pharmacy plus more. Far More. And that was in Mansfield, Ohio. And a friend of mine, we would go to Far More and it was $1 a movie. So you could take $5, get 5. I think they let you take like 10 movies out of there if you wanted. We didn't have that kind of money. We didn't have $10 to throw around. So we'd take $5, bring 5 movies back, and a lot of them was like a Shannon Tweed movie, where she gets naked, and then a bunch of horror movies on top of that. And I remember getting My Bloody Valentine quite often, and really liked it. And it's definitely one that has that early 80s vibe, man. It just vibes right along with your Friday the 13th and your other movies from the early 80s. Sleepaway Camp comes to mind, but just feels just right. And it is a movie that very nostalgic for me, so it kind of feels really good to watch it. You get that good feeling, and it brings back memories of being a kid and watching it, and I love it. I absolutely adore this movie. I'm not going to give a rating right now. I don't know. I don't think we give ratings.
We don't. No, just sort of a recommended or not.
Yeah,
so.
And so
So let's do. I mean, we did it this way last time, and I think it fits here again. So maybe this will just be how we do it. But give us a loose breakdown of the original movie. Like, so, and there will be spoilers here. Rich and we talked about this before recording. Like, with that, when we're not doing a full deep dive, it feels weird to give spoilers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's hard to compare the original and the remake and things that are changed without talking spoilers. So keep that in mind. If you haven't seen these movies and you don't want to spoil, then you should go watch them. And these weren't so the remake was easier to find. It was on Tubi had
Plex,
Plex had it. Also, Fandango at Home has free movies with ads, and it's on there. That's where I ended up watching it.
Yeah.
The original,
a little harder to find. I ended up purchasing.
I did too. I didn't have to, because Todd, friend of the show, Todd, he told me about it's through your library, but like Libby and Hoopla, but it's a thing called Canopy with a K. You can sign up for that with any library card, and it had the original on it. So I could have watched it that way, but I couldn't get that on my TV. So I was going to watch it on the iPad, but then I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch it on TV. And then I was over it. So and it happened to be on sale because it's Valentine's Day season. So I bought it on Fandango for like $6.99.
Damn, you was a lot cheaper. I think I paid $14.99.
Oh shit, no, I would never do that.
I did. I was happy to do it because I had seen it plenty of times.
It was either $6.99 or $7.99, but it wasn't. It was on sale.
Yeah, mine was $14.99. I remember buying it. Most movies on Amazon seem to be that, or if you get one that's still in theaters,
those are like $20 to rent, or $25 to buy or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I usually buy on Fandango because they're always running sales. So.
Yeah, I need to get more into that app. I do have the app, but I've never bought anything on Fandango.
Yeah, that's where most of them, like 99% of my digital movie purchases are on there. But anyway, so yeah, go ahead and give us a breakdown here of the original My Bloody Valentine.
So in the 81 version, we get at the beginning, we have a mine cave in, and there is a school dance going on at the same time. So pretty much everybody, all the miners and everybody are in on this school dance. So there is a group of miners down in the mine, and there's just two people left to watch over them, and one of them leaves, so that leaves one, and they're like, oh, we got to get to this dance. Everybody's fired up for this. Everybody wants to be at a school dance.
The Valentine's
I don't even think it's a school dance. Most of these people are older.
It's a Valentine's dance party.
We're talking 20s and to 30-year-old people, and just a dance, town dance, a lot of fun. So they leave, and it leaves them miners down there, and there is a cave in, and they get stuck down there, and everyone dies. There is one survivor there, and his name is Harry Warden. That is the name of the survivor, and come to find out, he did murder everybody instead of a cave-in killing people. He killed them.
Yeah. And they show like a clip where like they unearth him, like they're pulling the rubble away. And he's in there chewing on a like severed arm, and he's like, nah.
He's eating it, like some crazy lunatic. So he survived by, that's what he was doing, killing them and eating the other survivors.
I did not remember that. Like I was saying, there was a lot of stuff I did not remember from the movie. That scene where they show him eating that arm, like I don't remember that at all.
Fucked up looking. Yeah.
It reminded me of Dawn of the Dead gore, like the way he's just gnawing on that hand. Like
So they put him, of course, in a mental hospital.
Yep.
He didn't die. They put him in a mental hospital, and we fast forward years later, and all of a sudden there's a couple killings happen near the mine, and people are whispering about it's Harry Warden, and the police chief says there's no way it's Harry Warden. I think he's still locked up, and so he calls the asylum that Harry Warden's in, and the lady says, "Look, I don't know. That was such a long time ago. I don't recollect a guy named Harry Warden, but I'll get back with you."
Mm-hmm.
And the sheriff is talking to the mayor and the rest of the townspeople, and is like, man, they're kind of him-hawing around about Harry Warden not being at this
Yeah.
She said he could have died, something could have happened, but or he got transferred to another asylum, but he's not. She don't think he's there, but she'll get back with him. Well, come to find out, Harry Warden is not there, so now everybody is, holy shit, Harry Warden is back, and he is on the loose, and he's killing these people in the mines, and we do have these kills going on, so, and he always seems to cut the heart out of the victim and put it in a heart-shaped, like, chocolate box.
Yep.
So, and we get that a couple times. Just, I don't know. It was something totally different in the 80s. You always had your camp slasher films with Friday the 13th and Sleepaway Camp and all these movies, but this was using Valentine's Day as the whole plot of the movie.
Right.
And so they tell the local kids that they have to cancel the party.
And you got your leads of this guy who, I watched these so close together. I'm trying to not mix up the two movies.
It is hard to get them
because they changed things in the remake, and I'm trying to not to confuse the two.
The lead is TJ, I think, or JT. TJ Hanniger, and his dad owned the mine.
Yes,
that had the cave in.
And he leaves, he just like goes to California or something. Yeah. Like he runs off and like to just kind of go make it on his own.
I think he wanted to be a movie star or something.
And he goes out and just falls on his face and ends up coming home like a year later or whatever. And his girlfriend from before,
Sarah,
she is now dating another guy
named Axel, who was a friend of his, but now they kind of rivals.
Worked in the mines, and so now TJ is back and he's working in the mines, and he still loves his old girlfriend, and she's got a new boyfriend, and it's a whole triangle thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the character struggle of the movie that's happening while the Bloody Valentine killer is back on the loose and killing people. So I believe this movie was filmed in Canada.
Yes, it is Canadian.
And I think it's very Canadian actors. So there wasn't like anyone that I knew in this movie.
Who really stuck out to me, and I did write his name down. He played Hollis, if you remember, the kind of the chubbier guy with the mustache that's curled up. That dude stuck out to me. I thought he was great. Yeah, and he was just a supporting actor. He wasn't like the main guy. Right. But man, it seemed very natural, and he was funny, and I felt like drawn to that character, and I would have loved to have seen him be a bigger character, because I wasn't crazy about the guy that played TJ.
Yeah,
he wasn't. I don't think he wasn't a bad actor.
He wasn't. Lead guy,
he didn't stick out.
No.
And Axel, the guy that played Axel, his kind of
he felt kind of Val Kilmer in Top Gun to me.
I don't think either one really stuck out, but there was a few that did.
So the other friend, the one that was super obnoxious, annoyed the piss out of me.
Funny, yeah.
I didn't think he was funny at all.
He had all kinds of one-liners and stuff.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
When I rewatched this, I was initially put off by just how obnoxious these dudes are. Like, it was rough, but it gets better. But
the scene where they're amped up for the party and they decide to do it at the mine. Because the sheriff cancels
the dance.
And they decide, hell, we'll do it on our own then. We'll go down. My dad owns the mine, and we'll go down to the shop and throw the party there. Nobody will know.
Yeah.
So they decorate it all up, and I absolutely love the scene when they get done working. They take they're in the shower and they're cleaning up for the mine, and then you got that zany kind of and they're leaving the work and they're getting in their
they're running to the parking lot.
It's kind of sped up a little bit, kind of like that hee-haw thing.
Right, and they're like, and they're like, some of them are only half dressed and they're trying to pull their pants up, and it's just goofy.
I loved it. It was. That's right up my alley right there. I love that kind of comedy. It's like a banjo playing or something. It's kind of sped up a little bit. Just zany, off the wall shit. And I'm all about it. I'm all about it, and I get tickled every time I see it.
Yeah. So, with me having not seen it in like 30 years, I had definitely forgotten how gory this movie is and how hard they go, like with the kills.
Right out of the chute, the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the two miners are down there.
And then the one unzips and it's a girl in her underwear.
She takes her mask off. She's got blonde hair, and she takes her clothes off, and she's in a brawl. And the other miner doesn't take it. She even reaches up to his mask and wants to pull his mask off. He's like, no. So he's into this kink thing, you think, and he sticks his pick into the wall of the mine, and then they kind of getting ready to embrace, and he sticks her up on the other side of the pick.
Just blows through her head.
Yeah, that was awesome, and that was right out of the chute.
You're right. I mean, and just the setup. The sheriff guy gets a Valentine delivery.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's from the lady that runs the
secretary or whatever.
Yeah, or
she runs hall or something.
And he's driving, or he's in the passenger seat, and he opens it up, and there's a heart like a human heart inside it. And he's like, "Oh no, he's back."
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it shouldn't work, and it is, but that's how the '80s was. Yeah, man. It was just, how are we going to get this to make sense? Well, just do it.
It doesn't matter.
Shoot it. Shut up and shoot it.
Right.
And it's what I love about the '80s. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason for what's going on. But you just fall in, I do anyways. I just fall in love with those old '80s movies. And I'm sure there's movies now, kind of like we just did Hard Eyes. And there's some scenes in that doesn't make sense. You know, there's just happens to be a crossbow sitting right next to him when he needs it.
Of course.
And you kind of roll your eyes, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, man. It's a horror movie. Let's not take ourselves too serious here.
Yeah.
And My Bloody Valentine 1981 definitely does not take itself seriously.
No.
It is a slasher first, comedy second.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I love it.
Yeah. And then the scene, and we don't do the full plot walkthrough for this, so we're skipping around, but like when the lady, I don't know if she runs the laundromat or whatever, but she's in there, and the killer shows up, and then later the cop comes and finds her in the dryer.
Oh, yeah, that was good special effects there.
And he opens it up, and her face is all melted and burnt. Yeah. That one's pretty gnarly. When they do the party at the mine later, the one dude gets his face shoved in the frying grease.
Oh, that looks good, too.
Yeah, that looks all good.
Bubbly and...
Right, and then you get a scene later where the girl, like, the people are in the kitchen after that has happened, and the girls no, it wasn't a frying, it was a boiling thing of hot dogs.
That's exactly what it was.
A giant-ass pot of hot dogs. And the girls are in there, like, and they're pulling hot dogs out, and they pull this big chunk of meat out. It's like, oh my God, what is this? And another guy opens the refrigerator, and he turns to look at them at the same time, and we see, as a viewer, the guy that got shoved his head in there. Yeah. His decapitated head is in the fridge, but that guy doesn't see it because he's turned around, and then he shuts it. And they're just little things like that. But, and again, spoilers, like, especially in this case, because with what the remake does with the story, we have to talk about how the movie ends.
Yeah.
So the end of the movie, again, if you haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, go watch it before you listen further. But it turns out that Harry Warden, the guy who survived the mine, finds out that he is dead. He is not. He died 5 years ago, we find out. So this whole time, who we thought was Harry killing people is not Harry. And it turns out it is Axel. Yeah. The current boyfriend of the
Sarah.
Love interest. Yeah. And we get some flashback footage of learning that he was a little boy, and one of the people that Harry killed when he first survived the cave-in or whatever was his dad, and he saw it happen, and he was hiding under the bed, and it just fucked him up.
And that's why he lost his mind.
He is what he is now. Yeah. So So that's the big twist at the end of the movie is that Axel, who throughout the climax of the movie is helping trying to get Sarah out of the mine, but it turns out he is the killer. So.
Right. And then the big ending is the mine starts caving in, and Axel, TJ gets Sarah out, and Axel's still in the mine, and there's another cave in, and it's a scene where like Axel is he's just crazy at this point. You see how crazy he is, and he starts giggling. And he takes his pick and he starts walking away, and as the mine's caving in, and you never know what happens to
so they left it open for a sequel that never happened.
Kind of disappointing.
So that's the gist of the original movie. I mean, it is, like you said, it's very 80s, early 80s, 81, so it's like that bleed over from the 70s into the 80s.
Yeah, but you know what really works, too? I mean, we talked about the special effects and stuff, but man, that miner looks great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the killer,
he looks scary.
Yeah, I mean, picture he's got his mask on and the breathing apparatus and the tanks and blue overalls. I mean, he does look good. I mean, the remake didn't have to change him much.
No.
I mean, he almost looks exactly the same. In 2009.
Yeah, it definitely works 40 years or 30 years later when they did it.
Pretty terrifying. And anytime I see a miner, a picture of somebody in that getup, that's what, even firefighters, I'll see somebody, and we have a small volunteer fire department, and I see somebody, or the suit just hanging in the fire department, I think of Harry Warden or Axel, the miner.
So I will say, and we didn't really get into this yet, but we did talk about this Canadian movie, so there wasn't any, it was pretty much all Canadian actors. I did write down stars: Paul Kellman, Laurie Hallier, and Neil Affleck. No names that I knew. Directed by George Mihaka. Wasn't familiar with him, but
I couldn't find much on him either.
But and we, like we did last time, we won't do all the things, but I did, just for comparison's sake, look up Rotten Tomatoes on both movies. You're gonna be, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this.
I'm probably gonna be disappointed.
So the original My Bloody Valentine from 1981, the Tomato Meter critic score is 39%.
Wow, man!
But the popcorn fan meter is 52.
That's a little better.
The fans like it more.
Man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, this was again, early 80s Canadian movie. Not any known actors really to me at all. So and through watching it again, for whatever reason, I kept in my mind comparing it to Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
I mean, it's similar genre, the slasher thing, but maybe it's just because they were released really close together. But for whatever reason, in my mind, I was comparing the two a lot. They just kind of felt the same.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's talk My Bloody Valentine from 2009. And I'll take the lead here. This one was directed by Patrick Lussier. Stars Jensen Ackles, who is famous from the show Supernatural, which I've never watched, but I know a lot of people love that show.
I started watching it, and I got 3 episodes in and stopped watching it.
Yeah. I know, I mean, it was a WB show, I think.
I think you had to get later into it. It must get better, because first few episodes are kind of cheesy to me.
Yeah, so I never watched that, but I know who he is. He's very popular, very handsome fella. Also stars Jamie King, Tom Atkins, who has come up a time or two in this this podcast history. Kevin Teague, he's a guy I recognize it. He's in a lot of movies. He's never the star, but he's in a lot of movies.
The main thing I can remember him in is that Roadhouse. He was the bad guy in Roadhouse. Yeah, the guy that owned the bar.
For sure. And I also noted Betsy Rue, who has a standout performance in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, I had never seen the sequel or the remake,
either.
and you never had either. I watched it today, so very fresh in my mind. And similar setup. It opens with a cave-in.
Yep.
And we find out that there were like 6 people in there. The cave-in happened because a young miner did not do his job and didn't bleed the lines, whatever that means, and there was an explosion. The young miner that didn't was Jensen Ackles. His name is Tom in this movie.
Yeah, and he kind of plays the same character.
He's the TJ.
Yeah. He is the mine owner's son, too, just still, like in the original.
Still the mine owner's son, but a different scenario here. Mm-hmm. So he was working the mine, and he made a mistake, didn't bleed the lines. It caused the explosion that caved in these 6 miners. Harry Warden
is our miner.
Is one of the ones.
Survivor again.
And we get all this real fast in the beginning, like news clips, where basically to save himself, like he killed all the other miners so that they wouldn't use up all the oxygen. Yeah. And there's no mention of him eating them like in the original. We get that intro similar to the original movie, and then we go to the present day, and we see this. We skip straight to the party in the mine in the original movie. Yeah. Like nowadays they just party there. So people go down to the mine. The guy Jensen Ackles shows up. Tom shows up with his girlfriend. There's a little bit of animosity here between him and the other miners because it was his fuck up that caused the shit before. They go down to the mine. He goes back to the car to get their beer. And then, bam, the killer's there, killing people immediately. We're we're literally 5 minutes
Holy
in.
Shit.
I was watching, it's like, what the fuck? Like, we're already doing this? There's no build up at all? And basically what happens is this is a tease to the original movie to where we're going to do another time jump. And we jump 10 years into the future after like this attack happens in the mine. It's a year later or whatever, and then the police get the Harry, and he gets put into, he's in a coma.
He's in a coma. He's not dead.
Yeah, like did they shoot him or whatever? Or
you mean how's he get put in a coma?
Yes.
I can't remember if they shot him or if he was just from the fatigue of being stuck in there.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
I think he was just...
No. Yeah, you're right. Because that was in the flashback. He was in a coma after they got him out of the mine.
He never did wake up.
Well, they show him waking up a year later, and then he kills everybody in the hospital.
I mean, there must be 20 people dead.
So yeah, and the remake is a Lionsgate film, and this came out in the era of the Saw movies, so the gore is just everywhere. Like, it is super graphic.
It is.
Just bodies, parts, blood everywhere.
And very good. Well done.
It looks good. Yeah, and this is where you get Tom Atkins as the old retired sheriff, and so we get this basically a fake out that this mine attack is the movie happening 5 minutes in, but it's really not. Then we time jump 10 years into the future, and the guy Tom has left the town, went away like TJ in the original, but he comes back. Like you said, his dad owned the mine, and in this case, he is coming back to sign papers to sell the mine.
Yeah.
And he wants nothing to do with the town. He's going to sign the papers over, but the mine's been in the family for decades or whatever.
Yeah, so a lot of jobs are there.
Jobs are going to get lost. Like, the people who work there are not happy about this, but he doesn't care. He's done with everything that's happened. He just wants to be done with it, rid of it, gone. So he's there to sign the papers over, but we find out his girlfriend from back in 10 years ago, Sarah, is now married to Axel, who he had a little bit of contention with in the beginning, in that first fake out scene, kind of.
Yeah.
So they're married and have a child together.
And the big twist is Axel is the current sheriff.
He is the sheriff, yes.
Yeah, that's the big plot difference than the original.
Right. So yeah, Tom finds that out, and he runs into Sarah at the grocery store where she works. It's a family business, so we get the similar love triangle thing building up there. Again, it's 2009. It's much more graphic, and we get a scene where he goes back to his motel he's staying at, and he's walking by a room and he hears these people getting it on in this hotel. It's like a cheap motel where people would go to do that. He looks in the window and he sees these two going at it. So then we cut it. He goes into his room, which is right next door. And then we see this couple who's having sex at the motel. And this was I put her name down because she's Betsy Rue is the actress. She is full frontally naked for a long time.
A long time. And I kind of was like, why do we need this? I mean, I like looking at boobies as much as the next guy, but man, they could have cut 5 or 10, maybe 10 minutes out of this movie.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I bring this up because it's just unusually a long period of nudity.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, like she's having sex with this trucker dude, and then he's getting up to leave, and you get some back and forth, so they know each other. This isn't the first time, and she kind of thinks they're a thing. And then he gets up, get dressed, and he's putting away his stuff, and he turns off a tape recorder because he was recording him, and she didn't know. Like, you hear the tape rewinding. She's like, what is that? So she gets pissed, and he basically tells her that she's a whore, and he's done with her, and he's leaving. And so he leaves the room and goes to his truck, and she follows him out there, still butt naked with a gun. She's wearing high heels and nothing else.
Yeah.
And full frontal. You see everything. Yeah. And so all this happens, and then there's the killer is in the truck, kills the dude, then he chases her. It's wild.
It is.
How long she is naked in this.
I know, and I was like, what in the world? And this movie is, I don't know, I bet it's 20 minutes longer than the original. So
I feel like I want to say it was like an hour 40 maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it was just, it felt
that extra
long.
10 minutes was her naked.
Yeah, it felt long.
Yeah, and I mean, she was okay to do it, and I mean, yeah, good for her. But it was a while. Like at that time period, like the 2009, so the late aughts. Like
there was
nudity in horror movies was not.
I mean, you had Scream and that stuff. Right. I mean, they were good and they were gory, but there wasn't a lot of nudity at all.
Right. I mean,
I think most of them was PG.
Take away the 70s and 80s, nudity in horror movies really unless you got into like Full Moon and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, they leaned into it hard here. Yeah. So I mean, it's noteworthy how just out of the ordinary it is at that time. But anyway, so you had that. And again, I'm not going to go through the whole walkthrough here, but what ultimately you get is you get the climax at the end where it turns out, and they really twist expectation here because if you've seen the original, it turns out it wasn't Harry, it was Axel.
Yes, in the 81.
Right. And so you're expecting that all the way here. And Axel's being suspicious. We learn he's having an affair on his wife, and that girl is pregnant, and all this stuff.
And Sarah is kind of, they're both saying that the other one is the killer.
Yeah.
So Sarah's confused. Is it her husband that's the killer, or is it her ex-boyfriend that's the killer?
Right.
And we're thinking the same thing as the viewer. Right. You don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job at disguising who it is.
Right. Yeah. Like there's a scene late in the movie where she is with Tom, her ex, and her husband, Axel, calls her and tells her that he just got a report that Tom was in an institution, like a mental institution, for 7 years, and that he's crazy and he's not who he says he is. And so she doesn't know what to do, like to your point. So we've got this who did it, who's the bad guy thing.
Yeah.
in the end, again, spoilers, and I thought this was pretty cool that they did this, but they flip it basically.
Yeah.
And Tom, the one who's been the good guy the whole movie, turns out he is crazy, and he is the one that's been killing everybody, and he is imagining Harry as the killer in the suit, but it's actually him doing it, and he's just crazy and seeing it. So, but yeah, and so that's what it ends up being. We get a struggle at the end and all that, and at the very end, there's, like the original, there's another cave in, and it seems like he's been killed. But then at the very, very end, we see a firefighter come out of the cave and take the mask off, and it's him, and it's Tom, and he's made it out again. So, and so that's. I mean, it's true to the spirit of the original, but it just ramps it up, especially with the gore and the nudity and all that. And then they play with your expectations of what the twist is. They don't just recreate the original twist.
Yeah, I like how they did it. I really liked how they did it.
Yeah, so Rotten Tomatoes on the remake, hit that here. So like I said, the original was a 39 tomato meter, 52 popcorn meter. The remake got a 62 tomato meter critic score.
Yeah.
So nearly double. And then a 45 popcorn. So it was lower fan score, but higher critic score. So
yeah. I will say part of it, like the nudity and the non-gore part of it, kind of felt a little like made for TV-ish. If you don't have, the acting kind of did. It didn't seem like it didn't seem like it had a theatrical release until you got to the
gore and the nudity.
Yeah, and this had to be,
and that was furthered by it being the main star being a huge TV star.
Yeah,
and Jensen Ackles.
Right. So. But this one, I want to touch on this budget and this box office for this remake because it is amazing.
All right,
amazing. You're going to be shocked.
Hit me with it.
So the budget isn't bad. I mean, for a 2009, it's not a small budget film. $14 million, but not crazy.
No,
it's not
all.
like Jurassic Park or something.
Yeah,
but get this: the box office, worldwide box office, $100.7 million.
Holy shit!
Can you believe that? Almost 10 times, close to 10, not quite, but.
Still,
that is huge.
That's wild.
I know. I don't remember it blowing up like that.
No, yeah. I got to think the only reason that it just wasn't on my radar was because I wasn't a big fan of the original growing up.
Yeah.
But
I think maybe 3D might have been coming back out in style about then.
Yeah.
Because was the movie with the blue people that was a huge 3D movie?
Avatar.
Did that come out around the same time? I think
Avatar
so. Was a little before.
in the 2000s somewhere. Yeah.
So I think, and that might have got people in there.
Yeah.
Being the good. I have not seen one of those good 3D effects. It seems like it's kind of falling off the wayside too.
Yeah, I think they still do it. I think the last time I went to a theater and saw a 3D, one of the only times, but the most recent was, I want to say it was it was like a Pixar movie, like a cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even
remember what it was.
Forever. I saw Jaws 3D. That might have been the last one I saw.
I saw Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare.
But yeah, to touch on the original budget and box office, of course, its budget's going to be a lot less because it's at 1981. It was a $2.3 million budget, which probably isn't bad for the time.
Hell, that might convert to 14 or whatever you said for.
But its box office only got 5.3 million, so it made its money back, but barely.
Yeah,
I mean, it made it back, but not twice as much.
Okay, all right.
I wouldn't call it a flop, but it didn't lose money, but it didn't make any, and that might be why we didn't get a sequel.
Yeah, yes, for the original, but knowing the box office of the remake, I can't. That blows my mind that we didn't get it more after that.
Yeah, how we didn't get a maybe there is. Is there a?
I don't think so.
There is not one.
Not that I know
a sequel for the 09 one.
No, I mean, but as well as it did, I'm amazed that there's not. Yeah,
I would think
they haven't gone back to that.
Producers would be salivating.
It had to be a supernatural draw, like because that show was so huge. That had to be part of it, at least, like getting so many people to the theater because Jensen Ackles is a heartthrob or whatever. All right, well. So what we do here, well, at least we did it last time, so I think it'll be our thing. But we don't do official ratings on these movies because we may do a deep dive at some point.
Yeah.
But we'll do like, do you recommend it? And then we'll do which one do you prefer? So
perfect.
As far as for me, I like both movies. I recommend both. Neither one is a bad movie for sure. So. As a horror fan, you would be doing a disservice to not watch either one.
Yeah, I agree.
So I like them both. I know you are gonna say you prefer the original. I honestly give the edge to the remake a little bit.
I can totally see it.
Yeah, like I like the way they remade it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kind of the fake out intro of like, holy shit, we're already doing this. And then it's like, now we expand to a newer story that's similar but different. And the way they twist the ending and tease you with what you think you know. And the 10-minute naked lady walking around is weird, but at the same time, it's like, wow, you guys really went for it here. Yeah, I mean, I will say that maybe just watching as an adult, like I liked the original more now than I did when I was a kid. For sure, like it was way better than I remember. But I still think like, which one would you rather rewatch? I would probably want to rewatch the remake.
Yeah,
it's not a blowout by any means.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised too, because when we first started talking Remake Roulette, like. Sort of the cliche is remakes suck. Like they never do a good job, but for me at least, we are 2 for 2 where I prefer the remake. So
yeah,
I spoke for you. I assume you're going to prefer the original, but I'll let you take the floor there.
I love the original. It has that nostalgic feel. I love the zaniness of it, and there's more of a comedy out. I mean, there is zero comedy in the remake.
No.
Really.
No, not at all.
And I do appreciate and enjoy that comedy aspect. I wouldn't call it a horror comedy, but it's dabbles in comedy, I would say. But just the camaraderie between the miners and the buddies, and it's just funny, the back and forth banter between the cast I think it's funny, and I adore the 1981 version. I mean, I absolutely adore it. I had a blast rewatching it. I could probably put it on. I think I put it on last night, and I fell asleep. Obviously, my wife got out of the shower and turned it off and put whatever she wanted to watch, but I put it on. And I could see me putting it on again tonight. I can feel this becoming like a comfort movie, and I'm glad we did this because it'd been probably 3 or 4 years since I've seen the original. So rewatching it just kind of stamped it as one of my, I'm not going to call it all-time favorite, but I don't think this was in my top 13 of the 80s.
No, it wasn't.
But
either of us
right now, I think it would be.
Yeah,
watching it now, I totally could see it knocking, maybe even get in the top 10 because I really, really enjoy it. So I do prefer it, but like you said, man, there is nothing wrong with that remake. I'm not gonna say there's nothing wrong. The one thing that gets me a little bit, I think it was a little long.
It is long.
I could have lived with an hour and a half or even an hour and 20 minutes, and I think there was a lot of stuff they could have cut out and got it there.
Mm-hmm.
But when you making a movie, and I don't know, I want to think that maybe that girl was a famous actress, and they got her boobies on camera, and they was like, heck, we got to keep them on as long. But I don't recognize them.
So I looked her up too, just to see. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I did
you
the
would think it
IMDb,
was
and she hasn't done that much.
no.
Like, known for My Bloody Valentine, 2009, Lucky Bastard from 2014, and Miss March from 2009.
Yeah.
She's been married to Aaron Reynolds since 2012, and they have 2 children. I'm not sure who Aaron Reynolds is. But yeah, she's in a lot of TV. She was in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Okay.
I don't remember who she was in that, but a lot of TV shows. So yeah, I mean, she's just she's just really comfortable being naked.
I guess, and they didn't want to take her out of them. I mean, I would think.
I wonder about the 3D part too. Was she naked in 3D? Like, was that popping out?
It could have been maybe, yeah. But I mean, I would think that they got Cindy Crawford to get her shirt off or something. They wanted to, hey, let's take advantage of this and keep her boobs on the on the screen as long as we can. And it was a little overkill there, and it was just unneeded.
Right.
I mean, sometimes that my daughter loves watching horror movies, and it gets a little like uncomfortable when you're watching. I mean, because they're having sex. And
coincidentally, when I was watching, my son came down the stairs, and I like right in that scene, like she's on like riding that dude, and I'm like back
porn.
Right, it's like watching a movie with a podcast, inappropriate horror stuff. And he's 17. He'll be 18 this summer.
Yeah.
But
my daughter's like 14, and she didn't watch this, but if we did, it would be one that was totally. I'd be like, Jolene,
close your eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes. But yeah, I thought that was kind of uncalled for. Didn't need that. Not that it's bad. I'm not against nudity in movies. I think we need nudity in movies, but to that extent, like
it felt long. It
did. It was like 8 or 10 minutes. I swear.
Yeah, I mean, she's naked for a long time,
and there was other things I think they could have cut out that would have got us. You know, we still get the point if you cut that out.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They
went for it.
They went for it, and I would say that's the only downfall. But I will say I really enjoyed the 2 main characters more in the remake. I think they did a better job.
Yeah.
Our Axel and our Tom. I think they was better than the 81 actors that did Axel and TJ.
I agree.
But I really enjoyed Tom Atkins. Anything he's in, I love.
Oh yeah, that was cool to see him.
Yeah, I love Tom Atkins. I think any horror fan likes Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
When he's in Halloween 3 and everybody says slinging dick, Tom Atkins,
The Howling,
screwing everything in sight.
Was he in The Howling? No, that's a different guy.
Yeah,
My
different
bad.
guy. But yeah. So.
All right.
But. So I did. I liked the 81 version better, but man, you're right.
A solid
As
remake,
a sequel, I can see why people would pick this over the original. I have no problem with anybody. I'm not going to argue and die on that hill saying that this is way better than the remake,
right?
Because everybody has their own opinion. I mean, there are movies that I would die on a hill for the original over the remake, but this isn't one.
Right? No, I know. As the more we get into remake roulettes, like there's a lot of movies that I know we're both going to be the original's way better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far, I know with The Thing, a lot of people agree with me that the remake is better. You're sort of the outlier.
Yeah.
In this case, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see.
Yeah, I'd like to. I would almost. Input.
I wonder what that would look like what the popular opinion. I mean, obviously from Rotten Tomatoes, fan vote preferred the original, but the critics preferred the remake. So, be curious to see.
Yeah, put your which one do you
let
like?
us know.
Listeners out there,
which My Bloody Valentine do you prefer? So we'll see. We'll get some feedback from the listeners. So, all right. Well, that will do it for our remake roulette coverage on My Bloody Valentine from 81 and 09. So if you enjoyed the show, please like, rate, review, do what you do. Tell your friends about Never Not Horror. If you want some Never Not Horror merch, you can go to nevernothorror.dashery.com and pick up some cool stuff on there. Go to youtube.com and check out Rich Hansel. Search for Rich Hansel. you'll find his channel. We're going to unbox, he is going to unbox a minor, a Harry Warden from My Bloody Valentine that looks really sweet here coming up. You can go to steveclarkbooks.com and check out my stuff there. Next week is my pick for a deep dive review. And I've been thinking, what do I want to do?
Leprechaun.
March is coming. So
I'm just kidding.
maybe in March. But no, I've been thinking, and there's so many movies I've like stuff like we're definitely gonna hit. There's just so much to choose from. It's tough. Like I drove here today, not for sure what I'm gonna do, but I think I know.
You gonna announce it here?
I think so.
Okay.
So what leads me to this is here short. I don't remember the exact date, but here shortly there is a new album coming out from Mr. Rob Zombie. His new album's coming out. So and I've heard some singles on it, but so I was listening to those the other day, and it got me thinking about Rob Zombie movies, and so why not? So next week we're gonna deep dive House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So yep, don't miss that.
Definitely don't miss that. That is a good one.
I thought
I'm
you would
excited.
be. I thought you would be happy to do that. So
man.
So yeah, we'll do House of a Thousand Corpses next week, and then I think we'll do the 30s.
Yeah,
I think that should be enough
Be
time.
able to get
I think that should be enough time. So it'll be Horror by the Decades, the 1930s, the following week. So yep. Do all the things, spread the word about Never Not Horror, and come back next week where whatever it is, it's never not horror.
Oh, yeah.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.